Alright, guys, welcome. This is my Final Fantasy 14 videos. I decided instead of showing off my initial Shadowbringers series, I'm still learning. I decided I would go with a new character. And part of the reason for that is I am just not familiar with the game much at this point. Let's put it in perspective. I pre-ordered Stormblood and played it a little bit and did not get very far, and then pretty much abandoned it. Then my friends started playing. Like, I have some that pretty much played non-stop until I'd say they played non-stop maybe all the way up through. I don't really know, but then my other friends picked it up for a month or two and got me back into it, and I just felt like I was too far behind, so I abandoned Stormblood. So we came back. I was interested in Shadowbringers and came back, and I'm still pretty much learning the game. So I had no clue how much there was to do in Shadowbringers to get caught up. Like, honestly, I'm coming from other MMO perspectives, and you know, it's overwhelming in a way. Like, I play a lot of the Old Republic. I'm on a bit of a break from that game, but you know, it's like even getting caught up in that game is relatively easy. Like a lot of people with MMOs, I've played World of Warcraft, and like, if you've played that game's, that game's, if you're familiar with it or not at all, once you get to max level, it's really simple, honestly, to get caught up. This game, on the other hand, I just felt like it was really overwhelming, just due to you have all the dungeon quests. And, you know, maybe I made it more overwhelming than it should be. But another one of my friends, or actually two of them, were in the same situation, and both of us were in Stormblood content, and he agreed, and I did. So probably like fools, we paid for the skip. I don't regret it. You know, that doesn't bother me, honestly. So, you know, I like Shadowbringers so far, but here's my issue with it. Sorry, my issue being learning that rotation. That's been a bit of an issue. So I'm not necessarily, I think I've got it down, but that muscle memory is just not there. So that's where I'm at on that. So I'll play a little bit more on that before I get comfortable enough to do that. But one of my other issues with getting caught up on that character was, my one friend who didn't pay for the skip was leveling a tank, which is what I was initially going to do. And it's been so long since I've done any of these dungeons. I thought I was familiar with them. I queued up. And it randomly throws me into the first dungeon of the game, and as soon as I see the name, it clicks to me. I remember this is the first one, but then I remember I don't know anything about it, and I tell everybody in the group I'm new, been away a while, so I'm pretty much a new player, new to tanking. Everyone's cool, we'll help you. Well, that didn't go as planned. So I decided I'm going to do Samurai instead. And, I don't really care. People can say what they want to me. That's fine. But it was more like after it happened the second time, that we had one in the group that was pretty bad. But it became apparent that while most of them were pretty cool, like, yeah, we'll help you, it became apparent that, there's 3 other people in here, and I'm really, impacting their play, so I just figured it was best I'll level my Samurai. So that's pretty much why I didn't do that, and then I just did the skip. So I'll run through the dungeons on the Samurai and get more acquainted just with the basic layouts of the dungeon, because that was another issue, is I didn't even remember some of the basic, just where we gonna go next in the dungeon. And that's just an issue there. So I decided for this video series, you'll probably see me bouncing back and forth. I know I can do everything on one character, and that's why I probably won't take this character very seriously, because I'm going to be one of those people, but I am an alt person. I'm just going to say that. I might get into my philosophy on alts probably in a later video, or maybe it's just, I'll go ahead and go. Basically, when I play a character, I get an image in my head, almost like they're an extension of myself, if that makes sense. Or like when I'm playing Martyr. When I'm playing Martyr even, I have my assassin that I'm playing right now in that video series, and I had equipped that sniper rifle, but that Martyr, or it's not Martyr, but that assassin almost takes on like a personality of their own, and I made that character to, basically use swords. Like my definition of the assassin would be in my head. Because when I'm picking those 3 types in the character creator, I see this one uses a sniper rifle as the main. The next one uses the shotgun and the sniper rifle. So when I make that character, it kind of takes on a personality. So that's kind of where my alt problem comes from in these games. Like I know back when I was playing World of Warcraft, like I did not, and that's like a personal issue. I did not want to play on my Death Knight, like, I couldn't not make myself play that Death Knight as anything but Frost, because like it's just in my head that this Death Knight has to be Frost, as ridiculous as that is. But you know, I had my enjoyment out of it, so you know, it's whatever. It helps me get my playtime. So I do want to. I have my goals set up that, you know, I would like to get all the jobs at some point mastered on my main character, but that doesn't mean I'll ever play them all. My main character, I've identified in my head, will be a tank of some sort and a DPS. Or maybe more than that as I progress. You know, let's not get ahead of ourselves yet. But this is where my all problem comes from. But right now, with this character, I made him a Lancer. Because the last time I tried out Lancer was back probably before Heaven's Ward came out. So I thought, why not? Because I always make characters that start in Ul'dah. It's my favorite starting area by far. I really like the desert theme. So I thought, for this, why not? Let's do something that's not a pugilist or God, mine's blank. The mage one, Thaumaturge. So anyway, I thought, let's go here. I did not want to go to Limbs of Lumenza because I absolutely despise that area. But I'm really enjoying Shadowbringers, and I'm hoping to get a little more comfortable with my rotation, because I really think I'm there. I put enough time in just killing random monsters that I think I'm pretty comfortable with it. May not be the 100% correct rotation, because I did go and I researched it, and you know, it was similar. Like, I found two different people on YouTube who seem to know what they're talking about, but there was slight variations in the rotation. So I probably, knowing me, mixed it up a little bit, but I don't think it really matters at this point. I think just getting that, getting the flow down, getting my fingers retrained to even do a rotation, that's probably a step in the right direction. But, I'm only level 73. So I got plenty of time to figure that out. But I will definitely be showing off more videos on this game. But this is like the absolute... Like, I don't know... I hate this part of the game. I really, really do. I just look back on the Realm Reborn stuff, and I think this is actually a pretty good point in time to address it. So all of the other, we look at where they've been, because yes, I did use that skip, but I look at how focused the story was in Stormblood and how focused it is in Shadowbringers, and it's on such a different level than where it was at in The Realm Reborn. I think they really hit their groove. But I also look at this starting experience, and I would love to mention my friend by name, but I don't think he'll be too pleased with me if I do. But he tried out Final Fantasy, and he said he couldn't get into it. And I'm thinking, I know he's not into the actual, numbered entries in the games. That's fine, but he's into this style of, online game, and I was thinking this would be the perfect game for him, and he said it just didn't hook him. And playing through this opening experience, you can do it in any city, Ul'dah, Gardania, or Lemsalo-Menza, and it just drags on, and I'm doing it. Like, I do it every time I make a new character. And I don't know why. But I look at it from the perspective, and I think I understand him now, because maybe for a new player, it does help with the systems, but I think a lot of us who play, I think we've been here before, and I just think this drags on. And maybe, I don't know, and maybe I'm too negative with it, but I really do think they could cut some of this out. I think that some of these definitely could just be just purged out, and we could, up the experience from some of the other ones. Because I get what they're doing. Like the one quest, we have to pick up the stuff off the ground. But I think pretty much anybody can figure that out. So I really do believe this needs to be revamped. And the expansions are a whole completely different experience. But obviously, those are designed for veteran players who know what they're doing. Your higher level. But I think that's a struggle with MMOs in general, is we want to, as a developer, I'll say not we, but as a developer, they want to sustain the game. You want to keep your loyal players. But I also think you have to, as a developer, look at ways to bring in new players. And I think this is a fantastic game. But I do believe they could revamp this starting experience, or at least cut some of these quests out, because if you're like me and you're picking up a new MMO, you're definitely gonna travel through these little areas like Gardania, and you're going to pick up every quest that's available. And you're going to get frustrated. At least I know I am. And Those are just my thoughts. Man, I want to, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying just send me out to go kill 10 monsters, and I just want to get out of this hand-holding portion quicker. As a player in general, I want to get out of this hand-holding portion and start exploring the world. Like, I think the city itself looks fascinating. And if you want to show me the city, that's great. But I do believe it could be done in a quicker way. Because this whole video, and so far, has been... Let's go and go out there. The whole video so far has been me inside Gardania. I do believe. No, I haven't learned that yet. So let's see. Yeah, whole video inside Gardania doing nothing. So now I can come out here and use my one skill. And we're still gonna get their little helpful pop-ups. But there's nothing we can really do about that. Now, my one friend swears by this class. He's played several, and this is the one he always goes back to. So I don't know. I don't really know much about it other than that he loves it. And never really, it never really interested me, to be honest. And you can't really say you're having fun when you only have one button to hit. But we know how that goes if we're MMO veterans. So let's go down to this town and turn this in. But I'm sure our next skill, if it's like Pugilist, is probably going to be a combo attack. Which I guess I could look, but I'm not going to. So we're going to get a tabard that we can't wear. And actually, you know, the more I'm actually looking, I've been a huge Uldah fan. And I was right, that is a combo. Should probably read this. Yep. Just making sure that there's no positioning on those attacks, because I know with Pugilist, it was all about, or maybe Ninja, probably Pugilist, or maybe both actually. It's all about positioning from the flank, behind. But you know, I've been so caught up in Ul'dah and not giving other places a chance that I'm actually seeing. I'm kind of liking Gardania. Just by the way so far that it's set up. So I may end up enjoying this. Yeah, we'll definitely see. So this is actually, I just want to do an introduction video and let you guys know that there will be Final Fantasy videos. And like I said in my last Martyr video, I still am unsure if I will be heading out of town this week. It's looking like I may, so we'll just have to see. But anyway, guys, if you want to see more Final Fantasy, keep your eye out because they will be coming, and you'll definitely be seeing my higher level character. You'll probably be seeing more of this because I'm actually enjoying it, and I've been looking for an excuse to make an alt. So anyway, guys, make sure hit that subscribe button, give me a like, and leave me any comments, suggestions. Until next time, thanks for watching.